I'd like to say a few words about what's going on with all these judges who are sticking their nose in federal business and acting like a shadow president of the United States, a shadow POTUS. Okay, the Dems are bitching and complaining about that nobody voted for Elon Musk. Well, nobody voted for these judges as our president of the United States. Okay, these are judges. They're not POTUS, and they're not shadow POTUSes either. Where the hell are these judges feel they have the chutzpah to act as president? The president of the United States is the one that makes the decisions. The people voted for him. So I don't know where these judges come from thinking they have the unmitigated gall and chutzpah to think they're higher than the president. You, Mr. President, you're below me. I'm more powerful than you are, Mr. President. That's exactly what these judges are behaving like. They're behaving like they are employing Trump, that Trump is employed by the judges. Because that's the way they're behaving. Hey, Judge. Hey, Judgy. We didn't vote for you. I never would have voted for you. I voted for this guy. I didn't vote for you. So why are you, restricting Trump from doing what he's doing? Like deporting all these gang members, the Trendragua, the TDA gang, these violent rapists and murderers. You are favoring rapists and murderers over law abiding citizens. That is what you're doing by putting a hold on this plane that is taking these animals back to their own country. These monsters who are just as bad as Hamas. And what about the Hamas uh, person who's, you know, sweeping up all this anti-Semitism in the colleges? They're fighting for his release. These useful idiots. You know, and there's a new sheriff in town. In case you haven't noticed, you useful idiots. Okay, you are supportive of a terrorist organization. Do you not see that? Or are you so blind and ignorant that you don't see that? Having a green card or a visitor's pass or a student visa or whatever it is this crazy guy has, okay, it's a privilege to be in this country. It's not a right, and he doesn't have the same rights as Americans. Okay, doesn't have the same rights. He's a visitor. He's a visitor just like I would be a visitor to another country. Okay, if I had a student visa to go to another country, okay, they have every right to refuse me. Just like we have every right to refuse an applicant's student visa. If we do some vetting and we look into his activities and we see that he's violent and so forth, we can deny him. So it's a privilege. It ain't a right. But a lot of the left think that he's got a right. But it's a privilege. And these useful idiots do not understand that. That's why they're useful idiots. Because if they had any brains in their skull, they would understand that. And they would know that it's a privilege to be in this country if you're not a citizen, if you were not born here, okay? And if you want to be a citizen of this country, you have to apply. Just like you knock on the door to a house, you have to be invited in. You don't barge in. And I've said this many, many times. You don't go past the line of a movie theater and sneak into the back way. You know, same thing here. So he has every right. Trump has every right to deport and all these people like AOC are going on and telling these criminals how to avoid the police. It's federal police, and that's basically what ICE is, the federal police. Okay, it's a special department of federal policing. So you idiots are telling criminals how to avoid being caught by the police. And that is exactly what you're doing, AOC. You have no brains in your skull. Don't even know what a garbage disposal is. You're so smart. So I think she should be censured. I really do. And anybody else who feel that they have a right to tell criminals how to avoid getting caught by the police, you know, that's not America. We don't do it to our own citizens. So there is absolutely no reason why we should, you know, not do that. Why we shouldn't not do that to people who aren't even supposed to be here. They're not entitled to be here. And I tell you, the more and more these useful idiots protest, and the louder they protest, he was kidnapped by our government, they said. He was kidnapped by our government. No, he was arrested. You idiots. Oh, I tell you. Okay, okay. Let's say you're right. Okay, let's say you're right. That he was kidnapped. Okay. Under normal kidnapping, the kidnapper asks for ransom money. And the kidnappers would call the family and say, don't call the authorities because we will kill your child. Don't call anybody, only talk to me. That's a kidnapper. Okay, if you're going to call him a kidnapper, let's go down the list of what a kidnapper does and ask yourself if that's a kidnapper you're talking about. Okay? They're not asking for money for his release. He's being held on terrorist ties here. We don't want any ransom money. We just want to expel him, export him, deport him. I can't even think of the word. Kidnapping, kidnapping, kidnapping. You useful idiots don't even know what you're talking about. Kidnapping by our government. Kidnapping. We're not asking for any ransom money for us to release him back to you. That's a kidnapper. Okay, that's a kidnapper. That's what a kidnapper does. Ask for ransom money. And then the kidnapper will let the kidnapped or the kidnappee talk to the loved ones. Please let us talk to him. We want to know, we want to be sure he's still alive. Okay, son, tell him you're okay. Hi, mommy. Hi, daddy. I'm okay. Okay, you just heard him. You just listened to him. He's okay. That's what a kidnapper does. Okay? So stop calling it a kidnapping. He's an adult, not a kid. If you're going to use the term, you might as well say adult nap. Because he's not a kid, he's a grown adult. So they would be an adult napper, not a kidnapper. That's how stupid you sound when you say, oh, our grown adult was kidnapped by our government. These idiots have no connecting brain cells. It's unbelievable, you know. So, excuse me. Anyway, that's what I wanted to say about that. Unfreaking real, I tell you. If you, my friend, are so gung ho about what's happening in Gaza, I'll tell you what we're going to do. When we deport you, we'll send you back to Gaza. We'll send you to Gaza because obviously that's where you're happiest. Because that's what you're fighting about. That's what you're arguing about. That's what you're protesting about. Okay, conditions in Gaza. And anyway, all you idiot people, you got the facts wrong of this war. And you know, one other thing, and one last thing is what I'm going to say. The left always talks about the oppressor and the oppressed. Well, you know what's going on? Jewish people, Jewish students are being oppressed, and the Hamas protesters are the oppressor. How's that for your little stupid bubble, you people? You've now created a situation where you are the oppressor and Jewish students are the oppressed. Okay, so how does it feel being the oppressor, you idiots? Haha. didn't think about that, did you? No, you didn't think that your behavior and your attitude toward Jewish students would turn the tables and you would end up being the oppressor and Jews are the oppressed. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. There you go. Okay, enough said. All right. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And I'll see you later. Take care, guys. See you soon.